Hello, everyone. I'm Natasha, and today I want you to imagine we're sitting together, just having a natural, friendly conversation in English. No stress, no rush, just the two of us, practicing, learning, and speaking. You're here because you want to speak English more easily, more fluently, and with more confidence. And I'm here to guide you through every word, every phrase, and every sentence, step by step. Today, you'll not only listen to English, you'll speak with me, repeat with me, and think in English with me. We'll talk about daily life, simple moments, and common situations, so your brain starts to feel at home in the language. So, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's begin speaking English together. Hello again. I'm so happy you're here, ready to spend this time speaking English with me. Today, I want you to think of English not as a subject you study, but as a friend you talk to every day. Imagine that English is part of your life, part of your daily routine, like having breakfast, brushing your teeth, or going for a walk. The more you treat it as a normal part of your day, the easier it will feel. So as we begin, I want you to speak out loud with me. Don't just listen. Move your mouth, make the sounds, and feel the rhythm of each sentence, even if it feels a little strange at first. That's okay. The more you do it, the more natural it will become. Let's start with something simple. I'll say a sentence, and I want you to repeat it after me. Are you ready? I wake up in the morning. Try it now. I wake up in the morning. Good. Here's another one. I make a cup of coffee. Repeat after me. I make a cup of coffee. Now let's join them together. I wake up in the morning, and I make a cup of coffee. One more time, slowly. I wake up in the morning, and I make a cup of coffee. Feel the flow between the words. Listen to how my voice connects them smoothly. That's how you make your English sound more natural. Now let's imagine a short morning routine together. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself waking up. The sunlight comes through the window. You stretch your arms and smile. Now, speak with me. I open my eyes. I stretch my arms. I get out of bed. I walk to the kitchen. I drink a glass of water. I make breakfast. You see, these are small, everyday actions, but they're also the building blocks of real English speaking. I want you to practice saying these sentences with different feelings. For example, imagine it's a busy day and you're in a rush. Try saying, I wake up in the morning, quickly, with more energy. Now imagine it's a slow, relaxed Sunday. Say, I wake up in the morning, softly and slowly. This will help you learn to control your tone and rhythm. Let's add a little conversation practice. I'll ask you questions, and you answer out loud. Even if no one is listening, speak clearly. What time do you usually wake up? Good. Answer in a full sentence. I usually wake up at. Try another one. What do you eat for breakfast? I eat. Perfect. Remember, in real life, people will ask you these questions, and the more you practice now, the easier it will be later. Now, let's pretend we're meeting for the first time. I'll start. Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Answer me. Nice to meet you too. My name is, and now you can ask me, what's your name? I'll answer, my name is Natasha. See how simple and friendly this can be? This is real English speaking. We're going to make this conversation a little longer. Hi, nice to meet you. Where are you from? Answer that question now. I'm from... Good. Now ask me, where are you from? I'm from a small town, but I live in a big city now. Next, I'll ask, what do you do? Answer with, I'm a student, or I work as a... Practice saying it clearly. Now let's imagine we're meeting at a coffee shop. You walk in, you see me, and I say, hey, it's good to see you again. How have you been? Answer with, I've been good. Thank you. How about you? I answer, I've been great. Thanks for asking. This is exactly how you make small talk in English. When you practice these conversations, I want you to use your hands, your face, your whole body. Why? Because language is more than words. It's also your expressions, your gestures, your energy. If you say, I'm so happy today, but your face looks sad, people will feel confused. So match your words with your body. Now let's do a little speed practice. I'll give you a short sentence and you'll repeat it without thinking too much. Are you ready? I like this place. I'm feeling great. That sounds nice. Let's get started. I have no idea. I'll call you later. You're doing great. This kind of quick repetition will help you speak faster and more naturally. Before we end this section, I want you to think of 3 things you did today. Say them in English, right now. Maybe, I woke up early, I went for a walk, I ate breakfast, or I studied English. I cleaned my room, I watched a movie. The point is to use English to describe your real life. The more you do this, the more natural it will feel. Let's keep going. I want you to imagine we're walking outside together, just talking in English. You don't need to think about grammar rules or complicated words right now. You just need to focus on saying something, anything, in English. Even if it's simple, that's okay. Simple English is still real English. In fact, Saint conversations in the real world use short, clear sentences, not long and complicated ones. Let's imagine we're at the park, the sun is shining, people are walking their dogs, and children are playing. I look at you and say, what a beautiful day. Repeat that with me. What a beautiful day. Now, you reply, yes, it's really nice today. Or, yes, I love the weather. You see how easy that is? Just noticing your surroundings and saying something about them is already speaking English. Now, let's practice describing what we see. Look around your room, or wherever you are right now. Name 5 things you see in English. For example, I see a chair, I see a table, I see a window, I see a lamp, I see a book. Your turn. Say it out loud. Remember, don't just think it, speak it. Let's try something a little longer. I'll start with a sentence, and you'll repeat it, and add something new. I see a tree. You repeat, I see a tree. Now you add something. I see a tree and a bench. I say, I see a tree and a bench and a bicycle. Keep building the sentence. This game will help you practice adding details, and making your sentences grow naturally. Now let's do a little role play. You and I are friends, and we meet at the park. I'll start. Hey, how are you today? You answer. I'm good. Thank you. How are you? I answer. I'm great. I just finished reading a book. You can ask me. Oh, what book did you read? I reply. I read a mystery novel. It was very exciting. You can respond. That sounds interesting. This is exactly the kind of short, natural exchange you'll have with people in real life. Let's practice some useful phrases for showing interest in a conversation. Repeat after me. That's interesting. Oh, really? I see. That's nice. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, I didn't know that. These phrases are small, but powerful. They show the other person that you're listening and that you care about what they're saying. Now, imagine you're meeting someone new at a park event. They introduce themselves. Hi, my name is Alex. You reply, Hi, Alex. Nice to meet you. And say your name. Then you ask, Is this your first time here? They answer, Yes, I just moved to this city. You can reply, Welcome. How do you like it so far? They might say, It's nice, but I'm still getting used to it. And you can say, I understand. It takes time to feel at home. This is how you connect with someone in English. I also want you to get comfortable with small talk about the weather. It's one of the most common topics in English. Repeat after me. It's sunny today. It's raining. It's windy. It's cloudy. It's very hot. It's cold outside. Now, try making your own weather sentences about where you are right now. Say them out loud. Even if no one else is listening, your voice is practicing English muscles every time you speak. Let's move into another daily situation. Grocery shopping. Imagine we're walking into the store together. I say, Let's get some apples. Repeat that. Let's get some apples. Now I say, We need bread. Repeat. We need bread. Now I say, Do we have milk at home? You answer, Yes, we do, or No, we don't. See how easy it is to turn normal activities into English practice? I want you to try this. Pick a simple task you do every day: cooking, cleaning, making tea, and talk yourself through it in English. For example, I'm boiling water. I'm cutting vegetables. I'm cooking rice. I'm making tea. I'm pouring it into a cup. By describing your actions out loud, you teach your brain to think in English. Now, let's pretend we're at the checkout counter in the store. The cashier says, Hello, how are you today? You answer, I'm good. Thank you. How are you? They might say, I'm fine. Thanks. Do you need a bag? You answer, Yes. Please. Or, No. Thank you. They say, That will be $10. You reply, Here you go. And they say, Thank you. Have a nice day. You answer, You too. This kind of role play is powerful because it gives you the exact words you'll need in real situations. And the more you repeat them now, the easier it will be to use them later, without thinking. Before we finish this section, let's do a quick fluency exercise. I'll say a word, and you'll quickly say something connected to it. For example, if I say coffee, you might say cup, morning, or drink. Ready? Apple, book, car, friend, music, dinner, morning, rain, smile. Every time you make a connection, you're training your brain to respond faster in English. Let's imagine. We are now sitting in a small cafe, enjoying a cup of tea together. The place is warm, there's soft music playing, and we can hear quiet conversations around us. This is the perfect moment to practice speaking English about everyday experiences. I look at you and say, "This tea tastes really good." Repeat that after me. "This tea tastes really good." You can reply, "Yes, it's very nice," or "I like it a lot." You see, when you agree with someone, you don't need long, complicated sentences. Just short, friendly responses can make the conversation feel natural. Now, I want you to practice ordering something. Imagine the waiter comes over and says, "What would you like to order?" You can say, "I'll have a coffee, please," or "Can I have a sandwich, please?" The important thing here is to be polite and use words like please and thank you naturally. The waiter then says, "Anything else?" You answer, "No, that's all." A thank you. And when they bring your order, you say, "Thank you very much." Small, polite moments like this make your English sound warm and friendly. Let's do a little practice together. I'll be the waiter, and you be the customer. "Hello, what can I get for you today?" You answer, "Good. And for a drink?" "Great. Anything else?" Perfect. That's how you practice real-life conversations in your mind before they happen in reality. Now, let's try something fun. We'll create a little story together in English. I'll start. Yesterday, I went to the park. Now you add something in your mind. Maybe, yesterday, I went to the park and I saw a dog. I continue. Yesterday, I went to the park and I saw a dog chasing a ball. You add more. This is a great way to build sentences and use your imagination while speaking. Next, I want you to practice asking questions. Asking questions is a big part of speaking English fluently. Repeat after me. What time is it? Where are you from? How do you spell that? Can you help me? What does this mean? Could you say that again, please? Notice that each question starts with a clear word like what, where, how, can, or could. When you begin with these words, your sentence will naturally sound like a question. Let's imagine you're meeting a new friend and you want to get to know them. You can ask, "What do you do in your free time?" They might answer, "I like reading," or "I enjoy playing football." You can reply, "That's nice. Me too." Or, "That's interesting. Tell me more." Simple, but it keeps the conversation moving. Now, let's do a speaking challenge. I'm going to give you a topic, and I want you to speak about it for 30 seconds without stopping. Your topic is your favorite food. Describe what it is, how it tastes, and why you like it. Use sentences like, "My favorite food is," "It tastes," "I usually eat it," "I like it because." This will help you practice speaking continuously without long pauses. All right, let's move to another situation. Traveling. Imagine you're at the airport. You go to the check-in counter and say, "Hello, I'd like to check in, please." The staff member asks, Can I have your passport? You answer, yes, here you go. Then they ask, do you have any bags to check in? You reply, yes, one bag. Or, no, I only have a carry-on. Finally, they say, here's your boarding pass. Have a nice flight. You respond, thank you very much. These small dialogues are the kind you will use in real life, and if you practice them now, you'll feel more confident later. Let's do a mini role play for a hotel check-in. I'll be the receptionist. Hello, welcome. Do you have a reservation? You answer, yes, I have a reservation under, and say your name. I say, can I see your ID, please? You reply, of course, here it is. I continue, your room is on the 3rd floor. Breakfast is from 7 to 10. Enjoy your stay. You answer, thank you. This is a complete short conversation that happens all over the world. Another useful skill is learning how to ask for directions. Repeat after me. Excuse me, can you tell me how to get to the train station? Or, excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop? Or, how far is the supermarket from here? And when someone gives you directions, you can reply, thank you very much. That's very helpful. These phrases are not only polite, but also practical. Now, I want you to try describing a place you know well, maybe your hometown, a park near your house, or a favorite cafe. Use sentences like, there is a, it has, you can find, it's located. For example, there is a beautiful park near my home. It has a big lake and many trees. You can find people jogging and children playing. It's located in the center of the city. This will help you speak about locations with confidence. Let's do some fast reaction practice. I'll say something, and you give a quick answer. How are you? What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? Do you like coffee? What's your favorite color? Have you been to the park today? Each time, answer immediately in English, without translating in your head. The faster you respond, the closer you are to thinking directly in English. Before we wrap up, I want you to create your own mini dialogue. Imagine you meet someone at a bus stop. They ask you, is this the bus to the city center? You reply, yes, it is. Or, no, it goes to the station. Then you can ask, where are you going? They answer, I'm going to visit a friend. You say, that sounds nice. This is the kind of short, friendly interaction that can happen any day. Let's keep speaking together. Now, I want you to imagine that we're walking through a busy street in the city. There are people passing by, cars moving, and the smell of fresh food from small shops. This is a great chance to practice talking about what's happening right now. Repeat after me. I see many people walking. I hear cars passing by. I smell fresh bread. I notice a coffee shop on the corner. Each of these sentences begins with a subject and a simple verb. This is the heart of English. Short, clear sentences that describe the world around you. Now, let's imagine we go into a small shop to buy something. The shopkeeper says, hello, can I help you? You reply, yes, I'm looking for a bottle of water. They might ask, still or sparkling? You can say, still, please, or sparkling, please. They hand it to you, and you say, "Thank you. How much is it?" They answer, $2. You say, "Here you go." And maybe, keep the change. Every step of this is real English you can use in everyday life. Let's do a little interactive exercise. I'll describe a situation, and you respond in English as I. If you were there, you're in a restaurant, and the waiter asks, "Would you like something to drink?" You answer. Now you're at a bookstore, and the cashier asks, "Do you need a bag?" You answer. Now you're on a bus, and someone says, "Is this seat taken?" You answer. These short responses will train your brain to reply automatically, without long thinking pauses. Another skill you need is making small talk with strangers. This doesn't have to be difficult. You can start with something simple like, "It's a nice day today," or "This place is really busy," or "I like your bag." Short, friendly comments can open the door to more conversation. And when someone talks to you, you can reply with something positive. "Yes, it's beautiful today." Or, "Yes, it's always busy here." Or, "Thank you. I bought it last week." Let's practice another real-life scene. You're at a bus stop, and someone next to you says, "The bus is late today." You can answer, "Yes, I've been waiting for 10 minutes." Or, "Yes, it's always late on Mondays." You can then ask a simple follow-up question. "Where are you going today?" This turns a small comment into a short conversation. Now, let's focus on talking about daily routines. Repeat after me. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I take a shower. I eat breakfast. I go to work. I have lunch at noon. I finish work at 5. I cook dinner. I watch TV. I go to bed at 10. These sentences are the foundation of describing your day. Once you know them well, you can start adding details. For example, I wake up at 7 o'clock and drink a glass of water. I take a shower and get dressed. I eat breakfast while reading the news. Let's make it interactive. I'll ask, "What time do you wake up?" Answer me now. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Where do you work or study? How do you usually spend your evenings? By answering these questions out loud, you are practicing speaking in full sentences. Another useful practice is describing your plans. For example, "I'm going to the market this afternoon." "I'm meeting my friend for dinner." "I'm traveling to the beach next week." Talking about the future is a big part of conversation, and it's easy to practice. Repeat after me. I'm going to, I'm meeting, I'm planning to. Now, add your own activities. Let's imagine you're at a friend's house, and they offer you something to eat. They say, "Would you like some tea?" You can answer, "Yes, please," or "No, thank you." Maybe they ask, "Do you want more cake?" You answer, "Yes, I'd love some," or "No, I'm full, thank you." Practicing polite responses like these will make your conversation smoother and more natural. Now we'll do some pronunciation rhythm practice. I'll say short phrases, and you repeat them with the same speed and tone. "How are you doing?" "I'm doing fine." "That's a good idea." "Let's go for a walk." "Can I help you with that?" "I'm not sure." "See you tomorrow." Each time you repeat, try to match the sound exactly. This is how you develop a natural speaking rhythm. Let's try another mini dialogue. You're at a clothing store. The staff member asks, "Can I help you find something?" You say, "Yes, I'm looking for a jacket." They ask, "What size are you?" You answer, "Medium, please." They say, "We have this one. Would you like to try it on?" You say, "Yes, thank you." Later, they ask, "How does it fit?" You answer, "It fits well," or "It's a little too big." This is exactly the kind of conversation you will have when shopping for clothes. I also want you to practice reacting naturally to good or bad news. If someone says, "I just got a new job," you can respond, "Congratulations, that's wonderful." If they say, "I'm feeling sick today," you can say, "I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon." These short, caring reactions make you sound friendly and connected. Before we finish this section, let's do a quick storytelling exercise. Think about something that happened yesterday. Maybe you met a friend, cooked a new recipe, or watched a movie. Tell me about it using past tense sentences. For example, yesterday I met my friend for lunch. We ate at a small restaurant. The food was delicious. After that, we walked around the park. It was a nice day. Practicing short stories will help you connect sentences and speak more fluently. Let's continue speaking together. This time, imagine we're in a quiet library. There's a soft light, the smell of books, and people are reading silently. Even here, you can practice speaking English softly to yourself. You can describe what you see without disturbing anyone. I see a shelf full of books. I see a person reading. I hear the sound of pages turning. I'm sitting at a table. Describing your surroundings in the moment is one of the easiest ways to keep your English active, even when you're alone. Now, let's move to a different place in our imagination, a train station. You have your bag. You're looking at the schedule board. You can say, "I'm waiting for my train. My train leaves in 10 minutes. I'm going to visit my family. The station is busy today." You can also practice asking questions. "Excuse me, what time does the train to London leave? Which platform is for the train to Paris? Is this the train to New York?" These small, clear questions are the ones that help you in real-life travel situations. Let's practice a short travel conversation. You. "Excuse me, where is platform 5? The staff. "It's over there, to your left." You. "Thank you very much." Staff. "You're welcome." You see? Just 3 short lines, but they can help you get exactly where you need to go. I want you to try speaking about your day using both past and future tense. For example, "This morning, I woke up early. I made breakfast. I checked my email. Later, I will go to the supermarket. I will cook dinner. I will watch a movie tonight." Switching between past and future will help you control your sentences better. Let's talk about hobbies. I'll ask you, what do you like to do in your free time? You answer, "I like reading books. I enjoy cooking. I love listening to music. I like going for walks." These sentences are short, but they are the start of deeper conversation. You can add more. "I like reading books, especially mystery novels. I enjoy cooking new recipes. I love listening to music when I'm relaxing. I like going for walks in the park in the evening." The more details you add, the more interesting you sound. Now let's role-play a first meeting. I say, "Hi, my name is Natasha. What's your name?" You answer, "Nice to meet you. Where are you from?" You answer, "Oh, that's interesting. What do you do?" You answer, "I see. Do you like it?" You answer. Each time, try to keep your answers in full sentences. not just one word. Instead of saying yes, say, "Yes, I like it very much." This makes your English sound more complete. Another important skill is asking for help politely. Repeat after me. "Excuse me, can you help me, please? Could you tell me where this street is? Can you show me how to use this machine? Could you explain that again, please?" These are all polite, useful requests that you can use in many situations. Now, imagine you're in a supermarket and you can't find something. You can say, "Excuse me, where can I find the bread?" Or, "Do you know where the milk is?" The staff might answer, "It's in aisle 3, or at the back of the store." You reply, "Thank you." Easy, simple, clear English. Let's practice reacting to offers. If someone says, "Would you like some coffee?" You can say, "Yes, please. That would be nice." Or, "No, thank you. I've had enough." If they say, "Do you want to join us for lunch?" You can answer, "Sure, I'd love to." Or, "No, thank you. I already ate." Knowing these quick, polite responses makes your conversations smoother. We can also work on giving compliments. Compliments are a friendly way to connect with people. Repeat after me. "I like your jacket. That's a beautiful photo. You have a nice smile. This cake tastes delicious. I enjoyed your story." And when someone compliments you, you can reply, "Thank you. That's very kind of you." Or, "Thanks. I'm glad you like it." Let's do a fast-thinking game. I'll say a topic, and you say the first sentence that comes to mind. The beach, your favorite food, a book you read, a place you visited, your best friend, a holiday you enjoyed. The goal is not to be perfect, but to speak without long pauses. Now, imagine you are giving directions to a tourist. You can say, "Go straight, turn left, turn right. It's next to the bank. It's across from the park. It's near the bus stop." Adding small connecting words like "next to" and "across from" makes your directions clear. Let's practice a situation at a restaurant. The waiter asks, "Are you ready to order?" You answer, "Yes, I'll have the chicken, please." Or, "Not yet. We need a few more minutes." They ask, "Would you like something to drink?" You answer, "Yes, water, please." Or, "No, thank you." After you finish eating, they say, "Would you like dessert?" You answer, "Yes. Can I see the dessert menu?" Or, "No, I'm full, thank you." This is exactly how real restaurant conversations happen. Before we close this part, let's do a storytelling challenge. Think of something you did last weekend and tell me about it in English. Use the past tense. For example, last weekend I went to the beach, I swam in the sea, I ate fresh seafood, I took photos of the sunset. It was a wonderful day. Now try making your own short story. Even if you make mistakes, just keep speaking. Your confidence grows every time you try. Let's keep speaking together. This time, I want you to imagine we are sitting in a small, cozy living room. There's a soft sofa, a warm lamp, and the sound of rain tapping gently on the window. It's the perfect setting for relaxed conversation practice. I look at you and say, "It's nice to stay inside on a rainy day." Repeat that after me. "It's nice to stay inside on a rainy day." You reply, "Yes, it feels warm and comfortable." Or, "Yes, I like listening to the rain." We can use this moment to talk about preferences. I ask you, do you prefer sunny days or rainy days? You answer, I prefer sunny days because I like going outside. Or, I prefer rainy days because I like to read indoors. Then you ask me, what about you? I answer, I like both, but I enjoy the sound of rain. This is how we share opinions and keep a conversation flowing. Let's practice talking about what we are doing right now. Repeat after me. I'm sitting on the sofa. I'm listening to the rain. I'm drinking tea. I'm talking with my friend. These present continuous sentences help you describe your current actions. Now you try. Look around and say what you are doing right now. Maybe, I'm sitting at my desk. I'm holding my phone. I'm watching a video. Now, let's imagine we are planning something together. I say, let's cook dinner tonight. You reply, that's a good idea. Or, sure, what should we make? Then we can make suggestions. How about pasta? Or, let's make a salad. This back and forth is exactly how people plan activities in English. I also want you to practice offering help. Repeat after me. Can I help you with that? Would you like me to carry this for you? Do you need any help? These are simple but very polite ways to show kindness. And when someone offers help to you, you can say, yes, thank you, or no, I'm fine, thanks. Now let's move into talking about feelings. I ask you, how are you feeling, Toddy? Eh? You answer, I'm happy, I'm tired, I'm excited, I'm a little stressed. These are simple feelings, but you can also explain why. I'm happy because I passed my exam. I'm tired because I didn't sleep well. I'm excited because I'm going on vacation. Adding because makes your answer more complete and interesting. Let's practice responding to good and bad news again. I say, I just got a promotion. You say, congratulations, that's great news. I say, my trip was canceled. You say, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you can go another time. These reactions are short, but they make you sound caring and engaged. Now imagine we are walking in the city and see something interesting. I say, look at that building. It's so tall. Repeat, look at that building. It's so tall. You reply, yes, it's amazing. Or, yes, I've never seen one like it before. Observing things around you and making comments is an easy way to keep speaking English in daily life. Let's go to another scene, the market. There are fruits, vegetables, spices, and people talking. I say, these apples look fresh. You reply, yes, they look delicious. Or, yes, I want to buy some. Then I ask, how much are the apples? The seller says, $2 per kilo. I say, I'll take 1 kilo, please. Practicing these short market conversations will prepare you for real shopping situations. Now let's try a quick memory game. I'll list 3 things, and you repeat them in order. An apple, a book, a pen. Good. Now, I'll add one more. An apple, a book, a pen, a bottle of water. Keep going. This exercise helps your memory and your ability to speak in a sequence. We can also practice describing objects. I hold up a cup and say, this is a cup. It's white. It's made of ceramic. I use it to drink tea. Now you try. Pick something near you and describe it. Say what it is, its color, what it's made of, and what it's used for. This will build your vocabulary and sentence structure. Let's do some quick daily conversation questions. What time is it now? What did you eat for lunch? Where are you going tomorrow? What's your favorite song? Do you like to cook? What's the weather like today? Answer each question quickly, without translating in your head. Now let's imagine we're making weekend plans. I say, do you want to go to the park this Saturday? You reply, yes, that sounds nice. Or, no, I'm busy, maybe next time. Then I say, what about Sunday? You reply, yes, I'm free on Sunday. Planning activities is a common topic in English conversations, so it's important to practice. We'll finish this section with a storytelling exercise. I'll start the story, and you continue it in your own words. Yesterday, I went for a walk in the park. The sun was shining. I saw some birds flying. I sat on a bench and listened to music. Now you add more details. What else happened? This kind of activity helps you think creatively while speaking. Let's keep speaking together. Now, I want you to imagine we are in a busy train carriage, sitting across from each other. The sound of the train on the tracks is steady, and people are chatting quietly. I look at you and say, trains are a relaxing way to travel. Repeat after me. Trains are a relaxing way to travel. You reply, yes, I enjoy watching the scenery pass by. Or, yes, it's more comfortable than driving. Let's practice talking about travel experiences. I ask you, have you ever traveled by train? You answer, yes, I have. Or, no, I haven't. If yes, you can add, I traveled by train last summer. It was comfortable and fast. If no, you can say, no, I haven't, but I'd like to try it. Giving extra information makes your conversation richer. Now, let's talk about favorite places. I ask, what's your favorite place in your city? You answer, my favorite place is the park near my home. Or, I like the library in the center. Add a reason. I like the park because it's quiet and peaceful. I like the library because it has many interesting books. Reasons make your answers stronger. Let's do a quick role play. We're in a tourist area. You ask me, excuse me, can you take a picture for me? I reply, sure, give me your phone. You say, thank you. I say, no problem. This is a simple but very common interaction. We can also practice describing activities we enjoy. I'll start. I enjoy cooking. I like walking in the evening. I love reading before bed. I enjoy meeting friends for coffee. Now you try. Say 4 sentences about activities you enjoy. Use I like, I enjoy, or I love. Let's work on agreeing and disagreeing politely. If I say, I think summer is the best season, you can agree by saying, yes, I agree. Or, yes, I think so too. You can disagree politely by saying, I see your point, but I prefer winter. Or, I understand, but I like spring more. This is a polite way to share your opinion without sounding rude. Now, imagine we're in a shop and you want to try something on. You say, Excuse me, can I try this on? The shop assistant says, Of course, the fitting rooms are over there. Later, they ask, How does it fit? You answer, It fits perfectly, or It's too small. Simple, direct sentences that help you in real-life shopping situations. Let's practice asking about prices. Repeat after me. How much is this? How much does it cost? Is this on sale? Do you have this in a cheaper size? And when you hear the price, you can say, Okay, I'll take it. Or, Thank you, I'll think about it. Now let's move to another scene. At the airport, the staff says, Can I see your boarding pass? You reply, Yes, here it is. They ask, Do you have any bags to check in? You answer, Yes, one bag, or No, just my carry-on. They say, Have a safe flight. You reply, Thank you. We can also practice checking in at a hotel again. But with more details, the receptionist says, Welcome, do you have a reservation? You reply, Yes, under the name. They ask, How many nights will you be staying? You answer, 2 nights. They say, Here's your room key. Enjoy your stay. You say, Thank you very much. Now, let's do some pronunciation rhythm again. Repeat these sentences with me. I'll see you tomorrow. That sounds interesting. I'm not sure about that. Could you help me, please? I'd like a cup of tea. Where are you going? Practicing the natural rise and fall of your voice makes you sound more fluent. Let's work on asking for recommendations. You can say, Can you recommend a good restaurant? What's a nice place to visit around here? Do you know a good cafe nearby? And when someone asks you, you can reply, Yes, there's a great place down the street. Or, You should try the cafe on the corner. We'll do a quick speed conversation practice now. I ask, How are you today? You answer, I ask, What did you have for breakfast? You answer, I ask, What are you doing this weekend? You answer. The faster you respond, the closer you get to thinking in English without translating. Now, imagine you're visiting a new city. You might say, I'd like to explore the old town. I want to visit the museum. I'm planning to try the local food. These are good phrases to share your travel plans. We can also practice inviting someone to do something. You can say, Would you like to have dinner with me? Do you want to go for a walk? How about watching a movie tonight? And if you accept an invitation, you can say, Yes, I'd love to. Sure, that sounds great. And if you refuse politely, you can say, I'm sorry, I can't. Maybe another time. Before we finish this section, let's practice a short story about a trip. Last month, I went to the mountains. The air was fresh, and the view, wow, as beautiful. I stayed in a small cabin. During the day, I went hiking. At night, I sat by the fire and drank hot tea. It was one of the most relaxing trips I've ever had. Now try to make your own short travel story. Speak slowly and clearly, and don't worry about mistakes. Let's imagine now that we are in a small outdoor market. The air is filled with the smell of fresh fruit and flowers. People are walking slowly, looking at different stalls. I turn to you and say, These strawberries look delicious. Repeat that after me. These strawberries look delicious. You reply, Yes, they look fresh. Or, yes, I want to buy some. Let's practice buying something at a market. The seller says, hello, how can I help you? You answer, I'd like a kilo of apples, please. They ask, anything else? You reply, yes, half a kilo of grapes, please. Or, no, that's all. Thank you. They say, that will be $5. You reply, here you go. Thank you. This is the kind of exchange you can use anywhere in the world. Now, let's describe the market. Repeat after me. There are many people here. The colors are bright. The air smells sweet. I can hear music playing. Describing what you see, smell, hear, and feel makes your sentences richer and more natural. Let's do a quick reaction practice. I'll say a word, and you quickly make a short sentence about it. Bread, flowers, music, chair, coffee, rain. For example, if I say coffee, you might say, I like drinking coffee in the morning. The goal is to respond quickly, without thinking too much. Now imagine we leave the market and walk into a cafe. I say, let's get something to drink. You reply, sure. What would you like? I answer, I think I'll have a cappuccino. How about you? You say, I'll have tea, please. This is how you can plan and order with a friend. Let's practice talking about likes and dislikes. I ask you, do you like tea? You answer, yes, I do. Or, no, I don't. You can make your answer longer. Yes, I do, especially green tea. Or, no, I don't. I prefer coffee. Adding details makes you sound more fluent and engaged. Now let's switch to talking about daily habits. Repeat after me. I read before bed. I go for a walk every morning. I drink water when I wake up. I check my phone before breakfast. These are common habits you can use to describe yourself in conversations. Let's try a this or that game. I'll give you two options, and you choose one. Coffee or tea, morning or evening, beach or mountains, reading or watching TV, dogs or cats? Each time you answer, try to give a reason. For example, I prefer tea because it's calming, or I like mornings because they feel fresh. Now, let's imagine we're in a bookstore. I say, there are so many books here. You reply, yes, I could spend hours here. Or, yes, I love the smell of books. Then I ask, do you like reading? You answer, yes, I do. Or, no, not much. And if yes, you add, I enjoy reading novels. Or, I like books about history. We can also practice talking about plans for the evening. I ask, what are you doing tonight? You answer, I'm meeting a friend for dinner. I'm staying home and watching a movie. I'm going to study. Talking about your evening plans is a very common conversation in English. Let's do a role play at a restaurant again, but this time for ordering dessert. The waiter says, would you like dessert? You reply, yes, please. Can I see the menu? They bring the menu. You say, I'll have the chocolate cake, please. The waiter says, anything else? You reply, no, thank you. Practicing small details like this will make you sound natural when dining out. Now, let's move to another everyday setting, the bus. You're looking for a seat. You say, "Excuse me, is this seat free?" The person says, "Yes, it is." Or, "Sorry, it's taken." You reply, "Thank you." Or, "That's okay." This is a short, polite exchange that can happen any day. We can also work on making suggestions. Repeat after me. Let's go for a walk. How about going to the... We can use this moment to talk about favorite times of day. I ask, "What's your favorite time of day?" You answer, "My favorite time is the morning because I feel fresh." Or, "I like the evening because it's peaceful." Then you can ask me, "How about you?" I answer, "I like mornings, but evenings make me feel calm." This is a simple exchange that can help you learn to share personal preferences. Let's practice describing the street around us. I say, "The street is quiet. There are trees on both sides. I can hear birds singing. The shops are closing." Describing what you see in detail is a great way to build fluency. Now, let's imagine we stop at a small shop for a snack. The shopkeeper says, "Can I help you?" You reply, "Yes, I'd like a sandwich, please." They ask, "Anything to drink?" You answer, "Yes, a bottle of water, please." Or, "No, thank you." After they give you your order, you say, "Thank you very much." Polite, clear, and natural. We can practice giving opinions. I ask, "Do you like this sandwich?" You answer, "Yes, it's very tasty." Or, "No, it's too salty for me." If you agree with me, you can say, "I think so too." If you don't, you can say, "I'm not sure. I like it the way it is." Practicing both agreement and disagreement helps you speak more naturally. Let's try an exercise with because to give reasons. I ask, "Why do you like weekends?" You answer, "I like weekends because I can rest." Or, "I like weekends because I can spend time with friends." Now you try with different topics. Why do you like your favorite food? Why do you enjoy your hobby? Giving reasons adds depth to your answers. Now imagine we see a friend passing by. I wave and say, "Hi, how are you?" They reply, "I'm good, thanks." "How about you?" I say, "I'm fine, thank you." This is the most common greeting in English, and you can always use it. Let's do a quick reaction speed game. I'll ask you questions, and you answer immediately. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your favorite color? Do you like coffee? What did you eat for breakfast? What are you doing tomorrow? The faster you respond, the more you train your brain to think in English. We can also practice what did you do conversations. I ask, "What did you do yesterday?" You answer, "I went to the market. I watched a movie. I visited a friend." Then you can ask me, "What did you do yesterday?" I answer, "I worked in the morning and went for a walk in the evening." This back and forth is common in everyday life. Let's try describing feelings again. I say, "I'm feeling relaxed." You reply, "I'm feeling happy." Or, "I'm feeling tired." Adding details can make it stronger. I'm feeling tired because I didn't sleep well. I'm feeling happy because I got good news. Now imagine we are in a clothing store. You can ask, "Do you have this in a larger size? Do you have this in another color? Can I try this on?" And when you finish trying it, you can say, "It fits well," or "It's too tight." These are useful sentences for shopping. We'll do another quick role play, this time in a taxi. You say, "Excuse me, can you take me to the train station?" The driver says, "Sure." You reply, "Thank you." When you arrive, you say, "How much is it?" They tell you, you reply, "Here you go. Keep the change." This is an easy but important everyday conversation. Now let's practice talking about the weather. I say, "It's very sunny today." You reply, "Yes, it's a beautiful day." Or, "Yes, but it's also hot." I say, "I think it might rain later." You reply, "Really? I didn't bring an umbrella." Weather is always a safe and easy topic for conversation. Let's talk about weekend plans. I ask, "What are you doing this weekend?" You answer, "I'm going to visit my family. I'm staying home and relaxing. I'm going to the park with friends." Then you can ask me, "What about you?" Swear, I'm going to a birthday party. Now, let's do a small challenge. Describe your favorite meal in detail. For example, my favorite meal is breakfast. I usually eat eggs, toast, and fruit. I drink coffee. I like breakfast because it gives me energy. Now try making your own description. Before we finish this section, let's do a short story exercise. Last night, I watched a movie with my friend. We had popcorn and laughed a lot. The movie was very funny. After it ended, we walked home together. It was a great evening. Now you make your own short story. Use simple sentences and speak them out loud. Let's keep going together. Now, I want you to picture that we're sitting on a park bench in the middle of the afternoon. The weather is warm, but not too hot, and there's a gentle breeze moving the leaves. I say to you, "It's such a peaceful day." Repeat after me, "It's such a peaceful day." You reply, "Yes, I feel calm here." Or, "Yes, it's nice to just sit and relax." We can use this moment to talk about what we see. I say, "There's a family having a picnic." You reply, "Yes, they look happy." Or, "Yes, I can smell their food." Then I say, "I see children playing football." You reply, "Yes, they're running very fast." These small observations help you keep speaking without pressure. Let's practice asking and answering about activities. I ask, "What do you usually do in the park?" You answer, "I usually walk, I read a book, I watch people, I take photos." Then you ask me, "What do you usually do in the park?" I answer, "I like to walk and listen to music." Now, let's do a short role play. We're in the park, and someone asks, "Excuse me, do you know where the bathroom is?" You reply, "Yes, it's over there, next to the cafe." Or, "Sorry, I'm not sure." Simple, polite answers like this are useful in any public place. We can also practice giving short opinions. I say, "I think this park is beautiful." You agree. "Yes, I think so too." These are polite and common ways to ask for help. Let's imagine we are cooking dinner together. I say, "Can you cut the vegetables?" You reply, "Sure." I say, "Please stir the soup." You reply, "Okay." This simple language is perfect for working together in the kitchen. Now, let's talk about routines again. But in the evening, repeat after me. I come home from work. I change my clothes. I have dinner. I watch TV. I go to bed. These short steps help you describe your evenings in clear English. Let's do another. This or that game. Coffee or tea. Sweet or salty. Books or movies. Morning or night. Hot weather or cold weather. After each answer, try to give a reason. I like tea because it's relaxing. I like salty food because it's tasty. We can also practice asking follow-up questions. If I say, I went to the cinema yesterday, you can ask, what movie did you watch? Did you enjoy it? Who did you go with? This shows interest and keeps the conversation going. Now imagine, you're at a restaurant with a friend. The waiter says, are you ready to order? You reply, yes, I'll have the pasta please. They ask, what would you like to drink? You reply, a glass of water please. After you finish eating, they ask, was everything okay? You reply, yes, it was delicious. Thank you. Let's do a short pronunciation rhythm practice. Repeat after me. How are you today? I'm fine, thank you. That's a good idea. I'll call you later. Can I help you with that? See you tomorrow. Matching the rhythm helps you sound more natural. Now, let's practice asking for directions again. Excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop? How do I get to the station? Is it far from here? And when you get an answer, you can say, thank you very much. That's very helpful. We can also talk about hobbies in more detail. I ask, what hobbies do you have? You answer, I like painting. I enjoy gardening. I love cycling. Then add a reason. I like painting because it's relaxing. I love cycling because it keeps me healthy. Let's try a quick storytelling challenge. Tell me about your last weekend. For example, on Saturday, I went shopping. I bought some clothes. In the evening, I had dinner with my family. On Sunday, I cleaned my house and watched a movie. Now, make your own version. Before we finish this section, let's do a mini travel conversation. You say, excuse me, how much is a ticket to the city center? The staff says, $5. You say, thank you. I'll take one, please. They say, here you go. You reply, thanks very much. Let's imagine we are now inside a quiet cafe in the middle of the morning. The smell of fresh coffee fills the air, and there's a soft hum of people talking in the background. I say, I love starting my day here. Repeat after me. I love starting my day here. You reply, yes, it feels calm and relaxing. Or, yes, the coffee smells amazing. We can use this setting to practice ordering politely. I say, could I have a cappuccino, please? You repeat, could I have a cappuccino, please? Then you can try a different drink. Could I have a green tea, please? The staff might ask, would you like anything to eat? You can answer, yes, a slice of cake, please. Or, no, thank you. Let's imagine we're having a friendly conversation at the cafe. I ask, how's your day going so far? You answer, it's going well, thank you. Or, not too bad, I've just been busy. Then you ask me, how's your day going? I reply, it's been good. I got a lot of work done. We can also practice small talk about the cafe itself. I say, this place has great coffee. You reply, Yes, and the staff are very friendly. Or, yes, I like the music they play here. Notice how these short comments keep the conversation light and pleasant. Now let's work on talking about appointments. I ask, Do you have any plans this afternoon? You answer, Yes, I have a doctor's appointment. Or, No, I'm free this afternoon. You can make your answer longer. Yes, I have a dentist appointment at 3 o'clock. Or, No, I'm free. I might go for a walk. Let's imagine we are scheduling something together, I say. Are you free on Saturday morning? You reply, Yes, I am. Or, No, I'm busy then. If you're free, you can add, Yes, I am. Let's meet at 10 o'clock. If you're busy, you can say, No, I'm busy, but I'm free in the afternoon. Now let's move into phone call practice. I say, Hello, may I speak to Alex, please? You reply, Yes, speaking. Or, Sorry, Alex isn't here right now. Then I say, Could you tell him I called? You reply, Sure, I'll let him know. Practicing these short exchanges will make phone conversations easier. We can also practice leaving messages. I say, Can I leave a message, please? You reply, Of course, what's the message? I say, Please tell Alex I'll meet him at the cafe at 3. You reply, No problem, I'll tell him. Let's try talking about health in simple English. I ask, How are you feeling today? You answer, I'm feeling good. Or, I'm feeling a bit tired. You can add a reason. I'm feeling tired because I didn't sleep well. Or, I'm feeling good because I went for a run this morning. Now imagine we are at a pharmacy. You say, Excuse me, do you have something for a headache? The pharmacist says, Yes, we do. You reply, Thank you, I'll take one. This is an important and useful conversation to know. We can also talk about school or work. I ask, What do you do? You answer, I'm a student. Or, I work in an office. Then I can ask, Do you like it? You answer, Yes, I do. Or, Not really. It's stressful sometimes. And you can ask me, What do you do? I answer, I teach English online. Let's practice giving times. Repeat after me. It's 1 o'clock. It's 3:30. It's 4:45. It's 8:10. Being able to tell the time quickly is very useful in daily life. I say, How much is this? You reply, It's $10. Or, It's €5. You can also ask, Can I pay by card? And the answer might be, Yes, you can. Or, Sorry, cash only. We can also talk about numbers in conversation. Repeat after me. My phone number is. My address is number. I have 2 brothers. I have 1 sister. I live on the 3rd floor. Numbers are everywhere in daily speech, so practicing them helps a lot. Let's imagine we are giving directions to someone who is lost. They say, Excuse me, how do I get to the post office? You reply, Go straight, then turn left. It's next to the bank. Or, Walk 2 blocks, then turn right. It's across from the supermarket. Clear, short instructions are the easiest to follow. Now let's do some quick question and answer practice. Where are you from? What's your favorite food? Do you like reading? What are you doing tomorrow? How was your weekend? Each time, answer without translating in your head. We can also practice polite expressions for different situations. Repeat after me. Excuse me, please. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm sorry. No problem. These small expressions make your English sound friendly and respectful. Before we finish this section, let's tell a short story together. Yesterday morning, I woke up early. I made a cup of coffee and sat on my balcony. The sun was rising, and the sky turned orange. I listened to the birds singing. It was a peaceful start to my day. Now, you try to make your own short story about your morning. Use simple sentences and speak them slowly. Let's imagine we are walking through a quiet neighborhood in the evening. The sky is turning dark, and streetlights are starting to glow. I look at you and say, "The evening air feels cool." Repeat after me, "The evening air feels cool." You reply, "Yes, it's nice after a warm day." Or, "Yes, I like this fresh feeling." We can use this time to talk about evening activities. I ask, "What do you usually do in the evening?" You answer, "I have dinner, I watch TV, I go for a walk, I talk to my family." Then you ask me, "What do you usually do in the evening?" I answer, "I read a book or listen to music." Let's practice making short invitations. I say, "Do you want to join me for a walk?" You reply, "Yes, I'd like to." Or, "Sorry, I can't tonight." You can also make your own invitation. Would you like to have dinner together? Do you want to watch a movie? Now imagine we're talking about food again. I ask, "What's your favorite dinner?" You answer, "My favorite dinner is pasta." Or, "I like grilled chicken with vegetables." Adding more details makes it stronger. "My favorite dinner is pasta with tomato sauce because it's simple and tasty." Let's do a short role play for ordering food to take away. The staff says, "Hello, can I take your order?" You reply, "Yes, I'd like a large pizza, please." They ask, "Would you like anything to drink?" You answer, "Yes, a bottle of water." Or, "No, thank you." They say, "That will be $15. You reply, "Here you go. Thank you." We can also practice talking about the weather in more detail. I say, "It's raining today." You reply, "Yes, and it's a little cold." Or, "Yes, but I like the sound of rain." Then I say, "I think it will be sunny tomorrow." You reply, "I hope so. I want to go outside." Let's imagine we are planning a weekend trip. I say, "Let's go to the beach this Saturday." You reply, "That's a great idea." Or, "I'm busy Saturday. Maybe Sunday instead." Then we can add details. We can take a picnic. We can go swimming. Now, let's work on speaking about past experiences. I ask, "Have you ever been to the beach?" You answer, "Yes, I have." Or, "No, I haven't." If yes, you can add, "I went last summer. It was beautiful." If no, you can say, "No, but I want to go one day." Let's also practice asking for help in a store. You say, "Excuse me, can you help me find the sugar?" The staff says, "Yes, it's on aisle 4. You reply, "Thank you very much." These short exchanges make shopping in English much easier. We can do a pronunciation rhythm exercise now. Repeat after me. "See you later. I'm on my way." "I'll be there soon." "What do you think?" "I hope so." That's a good question. Matching the natural rise and fall of these sentences makes you sound fluent. Let's imagine we're meeting a friend for coffee. You say, "Hi, it's good to see you." They reply, "Good to see you too." You ask, "How have you been?" They say, "I've been good. How about you?" You reply, "I've been fine. Thanks." This simple structure works in almost any casual meeting. We can also practice describing a place you've visited. I say, "Tell me about your last holiday." You answer, "I went to the mountains. I stayed in a small cabin. I went hiking every day. It was very relaxing." Adding short sentences like this makes your story clear and easy to follow. Let's do a three things game. I'll ask you to name three things quickly. Three things you do every morning. Three foods you like. Three places you want to visit. This is great for quick thinking in English. Now, imagine we're at a train station again. You say, "Excuse me, which platform is for the train to London?" The staff says, "Platform 2. You reply, "Thank you." They say, "You're welcome." Short but very practical. Let's also practice saying polite no's. I say, "Would you like some cake?" You reply, "No, thank you. I'm full." Or, "No, thank you. Maybe later." Saying no politely is an important skill. We can also work on describing the present moment. Look around and say, "I'm sitting in my chair. I'm listening to your voice. I'm learning English." This will help your mind stay in English during conversations. Let's talk about goals. I ask, "What's your goal for Lao? Earning English?" You answer, "I want to speak more fluently. I want to travel easily. I want to work in another country." Talking about goals helps you stay motivated. Before we finish, let's do one last storytelling exercise. Think of a nice memory, maybe a birthday, a trip, or a day with friends. Tell it in simple sentences. For example, "Last year, I went to the beach with my friends. We played in the water and had ice cream. The weather was perfect. We stayed until the sun set. It was one of my favorite days. And now, I want you to keep speaking English every single day." Use the sentences we practiced. Talk to yourself in English. Describe what you see, and ask yourself questions in English. The more you use the language, the more it becomes part of you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. I'm proud of the progress you've made, and I can't wait for us to speak together again soon. Before we finish today's long conversation together, I want us to slow down a little. We've practiced so many situations, from ordering coffee to making travel plans, from talking about the weather to describing your daily life. But now, I want us to take this last part and really focus on how to keep speaking English after this video ends. First, I want you to imagine you're in your own home, going about your daily routine. You wake up, you stretch, you look around your room. In that moment, you can already start speaking English. Say, "I'm waking up. I'm opening my eyes. I'm getting out of bed." These small sentences are powerful. They connect your real actions with the English words. Now imagine you're walking to the kitchen. You can say, "I'm walking to the kitchen. I'm making breakfast. I'm pouring coffee into a cup. I'm eating toast with butter." Even these small actions are worth speaking out loud. We can also bring English into our thoughts when we're outside. Imagine you're walking down the street. You see a store. You can think, "That's a new store. I like that sign." Those flowers look nice. You pass someone walking a dog. You. I don't have to wake up early tomorrow. Now, I want you to try describing your future plans as if they are already happening. Instead of saying, I will go to the park tomorrow, say, I'm going to the park tomorrow. Or even, I'm meeting my friend at the park tomorrow. This makes your English sound more natural when talking about plans. Let's do one last quick-fire practice. Before we end, I'll give you a situation, and you say one sentence in English. You're at the bus stop. You're buying fruit. You're visiting a friend. You're cooking dinner. You're reading a book. You're listening to music. Each time, just speak the first sentence that comes to mind. Now, I want to talk to you directly. The key to improving your English speaking skills is not just watching videos like this, it's taking what we've practiced here and using it every single day, even when you're alone, especially when you're alone. Speak to yourself, describe your actions, ask and answer your own questions, imagine conversations, and say them out loud. You've spent a long time here with me today, speaking, repeating, and imagining. And I'm proud of you for staying until the end. Your dedication is what will make you fluent, not magic, not luck, but this kind of consistent practice. Before we close, I want us to have one final mini conversation together. I say, "Hi, it's nice to see you." You reply, "Nice to see you too." I ask, "How have you been?" You answer, "I've been good, thank you. How about you?" I reply, "I've been doing well." I say, "What are your plans for the rest of the day?" You answer, "I'm going to," and finish the sentence with your real plan. Now, let's make a promise together. Repeat after me. I will speak English every day. I will practice, even if it's just for a few minutes. I will not be afraid of mistakes. I will enjoy learning this language, and that's it for today. You've done an amazing job practicing with me. Remember, the more you speak, the more confident you will become. Keep talking to yourself, to friends, to anyone you can. And every time you do, you're one step closer to fluency. If you enjoyed learning with me today, and you want to keep improving your English, make sure you subscribe to this channel. That way, you won't miss any of our future practice sessions. I'll be here again next time, ready to help you keep growing. Until then, take care, keep speaking, and never stop learning.